Welcome back. You're watching Republic TV. The Supreme Court allowing a CBI investigation into the Sushant Singh Rajput murder. A three-member team of the CBI will land in Mumbai tomorrow. Shravan Sen keeping us ahead from Mumbai. He's outside the CBI office. Let me go across straight to him. Shravan, take us through the updates. Who's in the team? When will they start? And who will they start with?
Well, in fact, a three-member team that would be comprising Superintendent of Police Nupur Prasad, Superintendent of Police Ravi Gambhir, and the investigating officer Anil Yadav, who would be reaching sometime first half of the morning, is what we are being told. The tickets are yet to be booked, perhaps a little later, but this evening tickets of the CBI team would be booked and they would be reaching here in Mumbai. The additional manpower would essentially be provided by the CBI unit here, which is basically being overseen by the Joint Director of the CBI Mumbai unit. Now, what happens once they land in Mumbai? They would be having a meeting with the Mumbai police. That would perhaps be, since it's the superintendent rank officer, may not be a direct meeting with the Commissioner of Police here, but it could be with the DCP, where they would be taking the case diary. Apart from the case diary, we are being told that the post-mortem report, the viscera report, these details would be taken, and not just that, also the statements that have been recorded by the Mumbai police so far, which is roughly about 56 statements. What the Mumbai police would be also doing is handing over the other documents in terms of the call data records and the digital evidence, because remember, Grant Thornton, who had conducted the forensic audit examining the bank accounts of Sushant Singh Rajput as well as Riya Chakrabarti, that audit has already been submitted to Mumbai police. A copy of that would be given to the Central Bureau of Investigation, and as far as the first step is concerned, Niranjan, ascertaining the cause of death, that would be the first step for the Central Bureau of Investigation, which would essentially mean that the team would be going to this scene of the crime and then recreating the scene of crime.
You spoke about all other linked cases as well. Nalini, take us through the details of that part of the judgment which we have accessed, where there is a hint of whether the CBI can now investigate the Disha Salyan case as well. 5 testimonies on Republican, all of them had to say that Sushant Singh Rajput's death was directly linked to the Disha Salyan case. All of these links first revealed on Republic TV. Nalini.
Well, Niranjan, what we need to understand over here is that this judgment that has come out today from the Supreme Court in many ways is sort of a landmark judgment, because this is probably the first time ever in the history of the Supreme Court where a single judge bench has evoked powers under Article 142 of the Constitution and has gone ahead and passed such an order where he says that any cases that are arising out of Sushant Singh's case will be investigated only and only by the CBI, and the future powers of the Mumbai police have also been curbed via this judgment, where they've gone ahead and said that any of the future cases will also now directly come under the CBI. So the reason why Supreme Court's done it is more important to look at. What the Supreme Court has said is that there are many allegations that have been raised on part of Bihar police as well as Maharashtra police, accusing each other of not carrying on a proper probe in this matter. Where on one hand, Maharashtra stated that there was no jurisdiction for the Bihar police to conduct an investigation. Bihar police pointed out several lapses in the Mumbai police's probe, saying that this was not an investigation at all. This was merely an inquest. In addition to that, there was also not an FIR that was filed by the Mumbai police, which is why the Supreme Court has gone ahead, taken one step further than what they were supposed to do, and said that not only will the CBI investigate this case, but any cases related to this will also fall under the CBI. Now, what does this mean? This means that the Mumbai police has not gone ahead and done any investigation in this case, which is why it is important to CBI to take over the matter. This also means that if there are any other aspects that are linked to Sushant Singh's death, which also includes, of course, Disha Salyan's death, then that should also be investigated by the CBI only. The reason being that everything needs to be done by one investigating agency who's probing the entire case, because this is a matter of public interest where the entire country is coming forth and asking for justice for Sushant Singh. So it's a very important order that the Supreme Court has passed, where they've gone ahead and asked the Mumbai police to cooperate with the CBI in carrying on the investigation in this entire case, which is something that the Mumbai police had not done earlier with the Bihar police. There was no post-mortem reports shared. There was no assistance that was provided to the Bihar police to carry on an investigation. But in this case, now that the Supreme Court has ordered them to do so, they cannot shy away from assisting the CBI in carrying on the investigation in this matter. They will not only have to provide all the papers, they will also have to provide all the details of the investigation they have conducted so far. The same thing that was given to the Supreme Court in a sealed cover will now be given to the CBI, and it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how soon we can expect for the CBI to conclude its inquiry and investigation into this entire case.
Taking a short break now. Shavan and Nalini, stay with me because we're getting in more details of the investigation. 65 days and 65 investigative reports. Each of them broken here on this channel. We'll tell you all about that. And the big victory for the People's Campaign. People's Campaign, 6 million people, 6 billion responses. That's 60 lakh people who responded to the campaign on Republic TV via WhatsApp, Twitter, missed calls, and the petition, 1.5 million and counting this afternoon. Taking a short break. We'll come back with the investigation and how your voice ensured that CBI investigates the case. Stay tuned.